Hi, gang. Little better than lunchtime. That was really quite a morning. I've never seen such rain, and there was hail for part of the journey as well, so it was quite a difficult journey. And as I got out of the car, I hadn't got a raincoat or anything, and I just got drenched to the skin. So I don't want to be a drama queen, but it really does tax your your energy. Anyway, I'm feeling a bit better now. I put some clothes on and I went across the road, and I'm staying in the Radisson Blu Hotel, another Radisson hotel. It's very, very nice and very, 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 very expensive. But I think after a good night's sleep, I shall feel much better. Tomorrow I'm going to start looking around Stockholm. The Radisson Blu Hotel is called the Waterfront Hotel. It's right on the waterfront, on the river, and it looks wonderful. And it's right opposite Central Railway Station. And I just popped in there for a moment, really to get some coffee, and that was quite extraordinary because it's rather like an airline terminal. Everything is lined up for each train in little sections, and it really is quite extraordinary. Anyway, here I am in Sveriga, Sweden. This is my last big stop in Sweden, because after this it's Copenhagen. Just think of Sweden. Sweden has provided a lot of wonderful things in its time. I mean, in films alone, just think of Ingrid Bergman, the great Ingrid Bergman, and the great Greta Garbo, and also another Bergman, Ingmar Bergman, with all those wonderful films, All on a Summer's Night and so on. They produced some really great cultural stars and events. So I'm in a land of great culture. It's very funny because I was in a shop at we're getting some coffee just now in the railway station, and the man behind the counter was very nice, and he spoke perfect English. They all do. Everyone speaks perfect English. It doesn't quite match up to my Swedish, of course, but and a little woman came rushing in with 2 bags of cashew nuts or something, and she tried to push in front of me. And the man behind the counter said, and she said, oh. In other words, he was saying, I'm serving a customer first. And she waited for 2 minutes or something, and then she just got hold of the bags and threw them at him and rushed out. And I said, oh dear, she's very angry. He said, let her be. Well, there you are. But it was rush hour and everybody was rushing on to get their trains and everything. I'll be glad when, well, it is almost over now, but it's just beginning to stop raining. And I hope it'll be better tomorrow, because I would like to walk out and have a look at the place. After all, it is the capital of Sweden. And I know they've got a very good opera house here. They've got, I'm not doing the usual tourist thing though. I think there's the Royal Palace as well. I don't know, maybe it's the president here. Put my foot in it. But tonight is for resting. I've just had a couple of every kind of newspaper shop seems to sell hot dogs. So I thought I can't be bothered to go out and have a meal. So I just went and bought 2 hot dogs and had them, and some coffee. And so I'm all ready to roll into bed. It's only 7:05 here, but nonetheless, Oh, I keep thinking, I wonder what's going on in Benidorm. I had a lovely message from Andy today, and it was really lovely to hear from him. He's great fun and does cheer one up. I need that because I'm a miserable old devil sometimes, not all the time, only when I'm tired. And he really does cheer one up, I must say. Now then, where are my friends? And something to show you all. Right. Bear with me for a moment. Now, what do we see here? Who is that? There is Italian Twist, my favorite restaurant in the world, and certainly my favorite Italian restaurant. Now, on the left, it's Flavio, and on the right, with the big beard and moustache, is Nino. And they have been wonderfully supportive to me, really wonderful, and I'm so grateful to them. And since I haven't got a t-shirt, this is the best I can do, I'm afraid. So folks, wherever you are in the world, if you're coming to Benidorm, please look out Italian Twist. Okay, and I think I better make quite sure, but I'm sure it's in the San Vicente. Calle San Vicente. There they are, two rogues. No, only one rogue, that's Nino, on my right-hand side. There you are. So please support them. And anyway, I'm going to, what have I to tell you about the journey today? The journey was so eventful in as much as I couldn't see out of the window because there was so much mist. And you know, there's lovely countryside here. Mind you, if I see one more lake, I'll scream. It's one lake after another, and they stretch for miles. It's rather like inland waterways, inland seas or oceans. And it's quite extraordinary, but I don't get the full beauty of them because they're not, I couldn't see them. There was just mist hanging over them. But, so that was interesting. But nothing interesting has actually happened today, except that I've been slogging away. I think I told you that when I left Umia this morning, it was a lovely day when I left. And when I went to the garage to collect my car, of course, the cash machine there had broken down with my tarjeta, my cash card inside it. 5 other people came and they were all furious. They wanted to smash the machine and everything because in Sweden, they do not have reception desks. They do not have anybody. They don't believe in a personal touch. It's quite extraordinary. Nobody there at all. So I just had to stand there. Somebody phoned them and they came 50 minutes later. One person who really couldn't care less, and eventually undid the machine and took my card out. And so I thought, well, it could only happen to me. After all, this is my Arctic adventure. So I've got a lot of things to do, but I'm gradually drawing closer. I had hoped that the further south I went, the warmer it would get, but no, not at all. It's 9 degrees outside and a blistering gale. And I thought, I'm not going to walk around in this, so back I came. But after this, of course, I go even further south, a little bit further south. I go to Copenhagen. And then by the time I get to Hamburg, I hope it'll be just that little bit warmer. It wasn't too warm when I came out, but it's certainly warmer than here. And then after Hamburg, it's directly to Munich, to München, where I'm staying at a hotel there for 2 nights. And from Munich, I go to Lake Como to Montpellier in France, and then to my last stop, which is Barcelona. I can hardly believe that I'm getting through this. It is extraordinary, isn't it? It's a long journey. It has been, I think, probably more tiring than I thought it was going to be. It's certainly been more lonely than I thought it was going to be. And it's also taxed one's energy. And I'll tell you the reason why it's taxed one's energy is because of the driving. I think the worst roads I've ever known were in Germany on the Autobahn. I thought they were dreadful. I mean, I know it was a crowded weekend because it was the start of the children's holidays, but that was pretty awful. And the stress on one's nerves was absolutely unbelievable. You moved at about 5 miles every 10 hours, I think. But there you are. But anyway, I'm feeling a bit more pepped up than I was at lunchtime. I'm sorry if I was a bit mimpy, but you know, you've got to understand that, well, A, at my age, and B, the journey in rain makes it twice as difficult, and especially driving rain. So I may not have the energy that I sometimes have. Hopefully I will have more energy tomorrow, and we'll see what happens, but I'm certainly going to have a good night's sleep tonight. And I'll see if I've got any more boring news to tell you tomorrow. All right, my darlings, wherever you are in the world, and especially you Doctor Who fans, I hope you're putting some money into the kitty. Help for Heroes wants some money, please. Now, come on, play your part. And everybody, please play your part. I don't care whether you're a businessman or a dustman or a school teacher or a doctor, anything, please. Those poor guys they need your help. Let's give it to them, eh? And so for now, good night.